Hi everyone, I will be sharing you with my piece called Life Without Many Friends. I have tried my best to work on writing this a lot, and it was a big challenge for me to work on it, and I'll do the best as I can to try to explain it well and try to help you understand my point of view of when I struggle with friendships. I've always struggled on trying to understand and what it means to not have many friends in life, and it's not an easy thing. The reason why it's really hard to have a subject to talk about this is because many people, like myself, would get judged for struggling on friendships, or many people would assume that I'm a bad person when I can't do well with friends. I started to think to myself on a daily basis on why friendships haven't worked that well for me and what does it mean for the long run. I was born and currently have been having a lot of struggles with my disability, which is autism, including a learning disability along with a cognitive disability. It has affected me on a daily basis every week, every month, and every year. In my young to currently, I've always been getting bullied by some of my friends, peers of my friends, and people that I know about how I struggle with my disability and how I struggle on figuring out how to communicate my thoughts efficiently in different social settings and many others. I've always done a lot of social groups as a way to try to see if I can make new friends or to meet new people. For example, like doing a swim team in a high school or doing other activities like doing a pottery class. But these things didn't work that well for me because many people in these groups weren't that nice to me. They were upset with me on how I struggle with my disability or that I struggle to learn things in a different environment. Social media was a very hard thing for me in the past through currently. On social media, I would try to be creative, like talking about where I travel to, what great things have I done, what type of projects that I've worked on, and many others. Also on social media platforms, I like to share like a short reflection of what I have learned when I say I struggle in life and what I have tried my best to being a human being. There was a lot of times where I was being bullied and being put down and getting hateful messages on social media platforms from many people where they would bully me and say me things like, why are you a retard on social media? You're not perfect like other people are, in other forms of mean things. When I go on social media, I scroll where I see other people who I know or even people that I have similar interests with where they can get good comments or be popular on different things. But I wouldn't get much of a good appreciation that I wanted to have due to the fact that people get mean at me. Social media has become much harder for me as many people have relied on doing things like direct messaging on social media platforms like Instagram or Facebook. But I wouldn't even get a response, even though if my messages were nice, polite, considered, or just even asking to hang out or to have a chat sometime. I would get ghosted and ignored. I notice on social media that people that I have been connected with, they spend more time with other people, but they wouldn't even take the time to spend time with me or to value me as a person or even as a friend. I tried a different form method of communication, like switching to a phone, email, or text as a better way to communicate But this didn't work all the time due to the fact that many people didn't like this option, or they would get mad at me for simply wanting to use this method. I checked my phone and email to see if I ever got any responses from people who I know, or even some of my friends, or people that I meet, but I wouldn't get a response or I would be ghosted. When it came to being in person with other people, having or maintaining friendships, or even meeting new people, or even making new friends, or even having a friendship with a girl, it didn't work right. I would deal with them bad mouthing, including spread bad rumors about me on social media, in person, and in gossip. When people would even do bad mouthing about me, it hit me hard. It also changed many of the people who knew me to be more mean at me, and even bullying me down. I thought to myself, what did I do wrong? Am I a bad person just because I can't be perfect like other people want me to be? Why do I feel ashamed about having a disability? Or why does my disability affect me on social things? Or why do people don't like somebody with a disability? I spend time feeling guilty about myself, ashamed and confused. Why do I feel this way? Why isn't the world working what I want it to be? I had to think to myself, what does it mean to be a good friend or a good person? How do I understand myself? How do I comfort myself when my disability is challenging, or when people get mad at me for simply just having a disability? I spend time watching Disney movies, including Toy Story, watching TV shows like Friends, Cheers, Night Court, Strong Medicine, Quincy M.E., Charlie's Angel, Mannix, Chicago Fire, Baywatch, Tracker, The Equalizer, Matlock, The Neighborhood, Bob Hart's Abishola, East New York, Blue Bloods, SWAT, Fire Country, Missing, Necessary Roughness, Royal Pains, Burn Notice, Psych, White Collar, and The Irrational. In these things that I watch, I always try to figure out is what does it mean in these shows, and what does it mean to be a good person or even a good friend. What I've learned from watching these types of shows or movies, I've learned that everybody makes mistakes, but they want to be a better person if they're willing to improve themselves. Having the ability to have compassion for other people who have struggles in life, wanting to help people when they have hard times, using critical thinking as a way to learn, and many others. These shows and movies have give me comfort when I can't do well with friendships, because I try to do the best as I can to resonate with the life messages that I've learned from these things that I watch. I know that many people have different definitions on what does it mean to be a good friend or a good person, and it's different from my thoughts of this. What I have learned about being a good friend or a good person is being kind to other people, willing to learn from your mistakes to be a better person, having compassion or understanding when people have hard times, the ability to have critical thinking, to learn or to understand things, being a good listener to someone in need or if they just want to talk. Be appreciative of people who are working hard to overcome struggles or when they are creative on different things, and many others. I try my best to use the principles about being a good friend or a good person all the time, even though it doesn't work 100%. It gets hard when people can't understand or don't want to appreciate me for trying to be a good friend or a good person. I try my best to forgive people, including some of my friends who bully me or put me down for struggling in life or having a disability. The best thing that I can do is pray that people, including people that know me, can be understanding of me as a human being with a disability who is trying my best to be a good person or a good friend. Also, I pray that I hope that people can understand me as a human being who wants to make a world a better place for everybody and to be supportive for the people who I deeply admire or care about. Volunteering to help feed homeless people, including people who are low income, get grocery bags filled with canned food or other essential supplies, teaches me the importance of showing compassion when people have struggles in life, and that it is a good thing to think of others when they have hard times or are struggling, and kindness is a good thing to have. Writing letters to influential people, actors, actresses, news reporters, anchors, public officials, and judges who do good work, including advocate for social justice, including people with disability rights, helps give me comfort knowing that there are some people that want to make a world a better place or to do good things. Gives me the motivation to learn different subjects, and it makes me feel good on expressing on how they inspire me when I struggle with hard times of my disability. It is also hard for me to express that I struggle with friendships, maintain them, and making new friends to other people due to being judged as a bad person or that they think that I am antisocial. When it comes to these struggles, I work on thinking, on organizing my thoughts, reviewing myself on what does it mean to be a good friend or a good person, and many others. I have learned about friendship struggles is that when I struggle with it, it doesn't mean that I'm antisocial, but it means that I am a human being. I'm trying to understand how the world works, trying to find ways to expand on critical thinking and work on principles of what does it mean to be a good person or a good friend. To be honest, it is not easy on developing or improving or expanding on being a good friend or a good person because many people aren't appreciative of it and have many different definitions at what friendship is or what a good friend or a good person means. I hope that this short little piece that I wrote can help you understand about what is like life without many friends, and what I trying to understand myself as a human being, and I hope that this can resonate with many of you to understand that many of you aren't alone when you struggle with friendships, that we all have to do our part is to continue to be kind to other people, be compassionate, have understanding, and find creative ways to navigate a society or a world that is polarized or divided, or where many people want to use bigotry or hate against anybody who is different or the disability or other reasons. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me, and feel free to like or give a comment on what you thought. And again, I tried the best to work on this for a very long time, ever since I was born through currently, and I've done a lot of time on trying to think to myself a lot about what does it mean to be a good person or a good friend, what were the problems, and how I've tried to navigate it. So